started in just a minute. Give everybody else a chance to get logged in. So in about 1 minute, we'll get started. Hey, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar, Information Technology Graduate Programs. My name is Bill Rouse, and I'm the Associate Director and also one of your professors in the IT program. I'm excited to serve as your host for today's event, or one of your hosts anyway, myself and my colleague, Brittany Yandel. I just want to say thank you for joining us. I know we're in for an informative session over our next few minutes. First, this webinar is designed to be interactive. You can participate with Q&A by us by asking questions at any time during the presentation. Even though I may be talking, but just go ahead and unmute yourselves, and we would love to see your smiling faces on camera, but if not, that's okay too. You can unmute your microphone, just ask a question at any time throughout this presentation, or you can submit something through the chat button as well. We will answer as many questions as we can. We want this webinar to be interactive as possible. We've also reserved some time at the end of this webinar for some Q&A as well. So if you want to, you can hold your questions towards the end, or go ahead and just ask at any time during the webinar as well. Joining me today is Brittany Yandel, who will be your academic advisor as you enroll in your classes and get started as you work your way through your program. You're going to hear more from Brittany a little bit later in this webinar. So let's talk about SOPA. You hear us say that word SOPA. That's the School of Professional Advancement. Some of you may be familiar with Tulane and may know some of its history, but one of the things that I think is important, and I like to share, that our school actually goes back a very long time. This school, SOPA, the School of Professional Advancement, is a school at Tulane that focuses on working adults and especially applied learning. We are very highly diverse. We have students ranging anywhere from 17 to 77. Like I said, it goes far back in history. The university was founded in 1834. The predecessor to SOPA was formed in 1886. It started as an outreach division with a mission to offer classes for teachers. Ever since then, there's been various iterations of the school. It was named University College in 1942. After Hurricane Katrina, it was named the School of Continuing Studies. And most recently, in 2017, it was named SOPA. That's what we have today. What is quite unique for Tulane, as far as elite private universities having this type of long-term commitment to applied learning that's relevant to the workspace. There's a lot of options you have out there searching for online higher education or higher education in general. You ask the question, why SOPA? Why do I want to go here versus anywhere else? In higher education, you got access to way more information in educational opportunities than ever before. One thing you want to consider is depth and online. This is a 100% online degree in both programs we're going to talk about. And we've been doing online well before the pandemic. We've been doing online before online was cool. The courses are professionally built for online. It's not just taking a course that's been taught in a classroom. Now we just flip it. We have a Zoom session. Now it's just online. All of our courses were professionally built with high-end instructional designers, graphic designers, subject matter experts, and faculty. This is the same faculty you would see at the university teaching these classes. These are credentialed faculty teaching these online classes as well. The programs are purposely built for industry. I'm talking about that a little bit later. We have an award-winning advisory board that our classes are focused on academic rigor, but also professional applied skills that you can apply into the workplace as you get started. Student support. You're going to talk and hear from Brittany in just a little bit. You're not just thrown into a classroom and wish good luck. Hope you get your classes. There's an entire plethora of student support services to make you come successful. We like to consider once you join in Tulane SOPA, you're part of a family. You're part of an entire network group of students just like you and faculty just like you to make you successful. This includes academic advising, a career counselor, internships opportunity, job opportunities. Myself and my colleague Ralph Russo, which is the program director, is constantly sending out internship offers and also offers for job placements. We work with our academic and our industry advisory board. There's writing help. If you haven't been in school for a while, you go back and learn how to do some academic writing. There's tutorials we can help you with. There's a world-renowned library you have access to at Tulane, both online and on campus if you decide to come on campus one day. And affordability and flexibility. I'm going to talk about this just in a little bit future, but give you a highlight. Tulane is an elite private university, a top 50 university in the nation. And believe it or not, Tulane TOPA is very affordable as far as rates. You'll be surprised. And this is an online degree, so you have flexibility. You can complete your studies in the entire graduate program wherever you are in a geographic location. And the flexibility, you're not put into a cohort and you're required to take 3 classes a semester and you're going to graduate in 2 years, however you want to do it. You can take as many classes as you like up to your the maximum, or you can just do 1 class per semester or 1 class a year if you like, whatever meets your needs and your demands in your life. What more can be said about the Tulane name? This is Tulane. Having Tulane on your resume will open the door for many others. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide, if you don't mind, Ann. So online classes. I said earlier that, we've been doing online well before the pandemic. It was a big rush to go online with the COVID-19 pandemic. Our classes were purposely built well before the pandemic, and we're continually refreshing them. Myself and your colleagues as faculty and instructors, we've attended class as an online adult student. We know how challenging it can be to balance work, life, job, and going to school as well. It wasn't for myself. It wasn't until I was in my late 30s working on one of my first graduate degrees that I truly learned and I loved taking classes because I could apply those directly to my workplace. And that's what we want you to get out of the classes you take. They're going to be applicable to what you can do in your professional space, but also get you towards your academic success as well. And we do this by our awesome faculty that you're going to have access to. So we'll move forward a little bit, if you don't mind, in the slide. So our faculty is outstanding. They both have academia degrees, and they also work in the workplace. They are, I may have skipped ahead a little bit. I apologize. We'll come back around. These people, I encourage you. There's the link there on the website. You can go to sopa.tulane.edu/IT. That's a URL to get straight there. Click on the faculty. You'll notice that these faculty members, not only do they have credentialed academic degrees, they've also been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and have it. So they are CIOs, CISOs, IT directors, VP of technologies, world renowned in their industry. So you're learning from professionals that have been working in the workplace or still working in the workplace. They're also teaching their skills as well. So there are many options that you can have in our program. So let's go back one slide there, if you don't mind, Ann. Programs of study. Yeah. In academia, the terminology that we use to explain things sometimes can be confusing. When you interact with us, you're gonna interact with the IT department. That's what we call ourselves. Inside the IT department, there are multiple programs, and there's 2 programs we're going to talk about today. One is the Information Technology Management degree, and also the Cybersecurity Management degree as well. There's different options. Let's talk about those different options. So let's go to the one program, many options. So there's different concentrations and certificates. As I mentioned earlier, both degrees are 100% online. You notice there's an MPS, a Master of Professional Studies in Information Technology Management, and also a Master of Professional Studies. These are a graduate degree in Cybersecurity Management. Each one of these has concentrations. In the IT management, you can have, this is your choice of elective. You have your core classes you have to take to get your degree, but there's some flexibility on what concentrations you take, what elective courses you take, and you could walk away with a concentration. So if you're not sure between cybersecurity management or IT management, you can take IT management with a concentration in cybersecurity. or concentration in emergency operations or homeland security. And the same thing with a cybersecurity management degree. You can get a concentration in emergency management or homeland security. On the right side, we have our certificates. So maybe you're thinking that a graduate degree is not quite what I want to do right now. I don't know if I want to sign up for this big of a program, but I want some graduate classes. Well, you can sign up and take it and go for a graduate degree. This will go on your transcript, and it's a credentialed certificate. It's a grad certificate, and some of the certificates we offer is cyber defense, cyber leadership, cyber technology fundamentals. I'm going to talk about that one in just a second. IT strategic planning and technology architecture. Now, the neat things about these certificates, these are stackable. So you can come in and try to get one of these certificates off the bat. Each certificate requires 4 classes. You take those 4 classes, you earn that credential. You have a graduate degree from Tulane, a graduate certificate from Tulane University. But if you want to continue and go forward your full graduate degree, these classes will add, and you can end up actually getting multiple certificates. A lot of our students end up graduating with 2 certificates when they get to the point where they get to their graduate degree as well. So these are stackable certificates, or they can be standalone, depending on your academic, how you choose your coursework. And Brittany can guide you through that entire process. I want to talk about the Cyber Technology Fundamentals Certificate real quick. We have a lot of applicants. This is a very rigorous program that you're going to get into. In the years past, we had a lot of applicants that really wanted to get involved in our program. They wanted to be IT managers. They wanted to be cybersecurity managers, but unfortunately, they didn't have the prerequisite IT experience, or they did not have an undergraduate degree in technology, cybersecurity, or something like that, which is required for the program. So we heard you and we listened. So we created this new fundamentals graduate certificate. Now, understand, this is a graduate certificate, but it's for you. It's for anyone that has a degree in non-technology, biology, music, business, English, whatever, but you want to get into the cybersecurity field, or you want to get into the IT management field, but you don't have that experience. You never worked professionally. You don't have an undergraduate degree. You can take this certificate, this graduate certificate, which is by itself a credential certificate that's valuable on your resume. It's 18 credit hours, but the value to this one is once you pass this certificate, you can be automatically entered. Once you submit your application, you will be automatically approved if you earn this certificate through us, even though you do not meet the prerequisite requirements to get enrolled into the graduate program. So this is almost like a bridge program if you're coming from a non-technical background. Very exciting. We've had a lot of students who taken this opportunity. We're in our first couple of semesters, and we're having very good feedback from students in this program. All right, let's move on. So what makes Tulane SOPA different? As I mentioned earlier, you have plenty of options to choose to go to where school where you want to. Tulane's a top 50 university. We talked about that. And towards the end of this webinar, Brittany's going to talk about how much it costs. You can be surprised at how it's actually affordable, a lot more affordable than what you think. I mentioned the faculty executives. There's a mentorship program, especially for women in technology. We'll pair you up with a successful executive in IT and how to navigate the waters of being a woman in the technology field. Our programs are built around academia with also the applied knowledge that you can use in the workplace. Hands-on. Every one of our classes, you're not just going to read about the theory. You're not going to read a book and write a paper on how to do something. You're going to get your hands dirty, fingers on the keyboard. You're going to actually program things. If you're taking the cybersecurity classes or even the IT management with the cybersecurity, some of the classes, you can learn how to break passwords and how to hack into systems and in real life stuff. You're not just going to theorize about it and read about it in the book. You're actually going to do it for real in our classes. And when we worked on this program, we talked about what makes us different, is that my colleague and I, Ralph Russo, the director of the program, several years ago, we went out to revitalize this whole program and bring it into place. And what we did, we went and consulted several different stakeholders. Number one, we consulted current students who are taking the classes. What do you like about the classes? What is missing? What do you need better? We consulted the alumni, graduates. You graduated our program. What could have been better? How can we improve it? We consulted the faculty who are teaching you, and new and legacy faculty as well. But most importantly, we consulted our industry advisory board. Now, our industry advisory board is made up of executives. You're talking about high level. Google, one of our industry advisory board is the former CIO of the Department of Defense. Very, very national, global companies that are hiring graduates. These are the people who are actually looking for graduates from universities all across the nation. We ask them, what are you, when you are interviewing potential management graduates, looking for management degrees or management positions after they graduated college, what things, what skills do they need to have? And what are you seeing that is missing out of the current graduate population pool from all universities? We talked to them and they gave us the feedback. We took all that feedback, put it in a pot, and we developed this program that you see before you today. And the big things that we heard from all of our stakeholders, especially the industry advisory board, is that we not only technical acumen. There's plenty of programs out there that you'll learn about the technology. It's what I call you learn how to turn the nerd knobs. You can do that anywhere. But what makes us a little bit different is we also teach you the business skills, how to interact with the business function. Yes, you can learn how to turn the nerd knobs. You can do the geek speak, but can you interact with the rest of the business and see that business value for all organizations, public and private organizations, and also communication skills. Our industry advisory board overwhelmingly told us that many of the technical graduates from most of the technical schools are very smart technically, but they cannot communicate to a non-technical audience. So our class is going to have those three pillars in mind: technical acumen, business leadership, and also communication skills to communicate to a non-technical audience. So let's dig into the program a little bit. We talked about these two programs. The cybersecurity program is 11 courses, 33 credit hours. The IT management program is 10 courses, 30 credit hours. And each one of these has a X amount of core courses you have to take to get your degree. And I mentioned earlier, there's some electives you can take. And your choice of electives can guide you to your passions and whatever your goals are as well. So check this slide out here. I'm not going to read all this. There's no way we could put all the potential job opportunities you would have coming off with a degree like this. But we're looking at top level management type style from either the IT management degree or the cybersecurity management degree. Chief Information Officer, Chief Information Security Officer, Director of IT, high level security analyst. These type now. If you read the job boards, these terms are constantly changing every day. But the thing I want you to think about, opportunities are going to be out there. We'll guide you through some of these opportunities. But when you're going out looking for graduate IT programs, you can almost look at it in two different paths. These are not just Tulane University. This is a multitude of universities out there. Is either highly technical, where you're really getting in there to the technical speak, you're turning all the nerd knobs, you're really just diving in deep, or it's more of a business style with a little bit of technology. That's typically what we see across the nation in technology graduate degrees. What we've done is kind of combined the two together. This isn't every class you take is not going to be super technical, and every class you take is not going to be super business oriented either. It's going to be a little bit of both. You're going to take some business-oriented classes. You're going to take some technical-oriented classes. But the overall goal is not to be a whiz-bang coder at the end. You're not going to learn how to write 5 different computer languages and how to reverse engineer malware, things like that. You're going to have an understanding of all that. You're going to be exposed to all that. But the goal is for you to be a leader, to be a team lead, to lead a team of engineers, lead a team of developers, lead a team of solution architects, and know how to provide technology leadership and governance to the overall organization and provide value of IT. That's the type of jobs we're grooming you for throughout this program. Okay. So I think I'll turn it over to my colleague, Miss Brittany. I'll take a breath and let you hear the most important part of this program, the student support and success.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Yandel, and if you enter our program, or when you enter our program, I will be your academic advisor. So what that means is I will be with you along the way to guide you and make sure that you are selecting the correct courses for whatever degree plan you are pursuing. Like Dr. Osmond, or like Bill mentioned, there are stackable certificates, there are concentrations, so there are a lot of courses that we need to make sure that you're taking in order to meet the requirements of what it is you're trying to get while you're here. I will be there to guide you along the way and to make sure that you are selecting those correct courses. Other areas of student support and success, we have expert faculty with industry experience, and Bill mentioned this earlier, but we have all of our faculty have their hands in so many different areas of this industry that you really can find what it is you're looking for. So I encourage you to network with your professors and really build those relationships while you're here. For career advice, we have a dedicated career advisor here at SOPA. She can help you with mock interviews, with resumes. She can help you with cover letters and really any part of the career search. So whether it is you're exploring a new career or a new area within the industry and you really don't know where to go to look for jobs, things like that, she can help you with any part of the career process. That we have a huge alumni network. So once you graduate or once you finish your degree plan, you will be automatically added to the alumni network at Tulane. And it is very large. It spans across the country. It's international as well. So when you are looking for a job, you can refer to that alumni network and look for connections across the country and get that contact information and hopefully build those connections. So while you're here, we have a lot of ways to help support you and help you make sure that you are meeting all of your goals. We also have credit for prior learning. So as a master's student, you can earn, or as a graduate student, you can earn up to 6 credits from what we call portfolio assessment. So we know a lot of students come into SOPA having worked in the field already for many years. So maybe there are some courses that you might already have that content knowledge of, and you are able to test out of that with a portfolio. So what that means is that you work to, you take the portfolio class that kind of teaches you how to build it, and then you build a portfolio that shows that you've met all of those content parameters within that course to earn credit. So it's a really great opportunity for our students who have been in the field working for a long time. That's what SOPA really does well, is we assume that our students, they're not just a traditional student coming from an undergrad into a graduate program. We're working professionals here to get a graduate level degree. So applying is very simple. If you've attended today, your application fee will be waived, so that $50 application fee will not exist. You do need to upload a clear government issued ID, and you need to send your transcripts. Usually sending them electronically is the easiest and quickest way. You can usually go to your institution's website and there will be instructions on how to digitally or electronically order those transcripts. And those can be sent to soparecords@tulane.edu, and we'll put that email address in the chat for everyone. So for graduate application requirements, you do need a BA or a BS degree that's in mathematics, computer information systems, computer science, info science, engineering, or statistics. You can have a BA degree without a computing major or significant computing coursework if you've had 3 to 5 years of professional experience within the field. You also need a grade point average of 3.0 or higher on a 4.0 scale. You need a resume and a CV, or a resume or CV, and there is no GRE required. Application deadline. So the summer application deadline will be May 1st, and the fall application deadline is August 1st. One thing that I do want to point out is the early enrollment scholarship. So that is a scholarship of $500 that is available to you if you enroll by that early enrollment deadline. So for summer, that would be April 25th. So registration begins on April 5th. So you would have from April 5th to April 25th to get registered, and you would get that $500 scholarship for summer. And then for fall, that early enrollment scholarship deadline is June 1st. So affordability. So summer tuition It will be about 1,000 a credit. And fall, it is just slightly higher. Classes are 3 credits each. So some people do sometimes look at that number and think it's $1,000 a course, but that's not correct. Multiply that by 3 because classes are 3 credits. We do have financial aid available, as well as a few financial assistance programs like federal grants, federal loans. We do follow the Yellow Ribbon program. We have a 20% tuition discount for active duty military and veterans, active and retired public safety personnel, and the minority serving institution scholarship, which is new. We also have, like I mentioned earlier, the 6 credits for life and work experience. All right, any questions? Please feel free to jump off of mute and ask here or drop it in the chat, whatever's easiest.
So I had a quick question. I was wondering about the graduation admission requirements. Is that the same for certificates as well as the master's program?
Yes, it's the same for all the certificate programs except the fundamental certificate. The fundamental certificate is the only requirement. Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong. It's any undergraduate degree in any discipline with the 3.0 or above. All the rest of the certificate programs follow the same admission requirements as a full master's degree.
Thank you.
Good question, though. If anyone else has any questions, I enjoy talking to potential students and about what your classes will be like or how to get started. If you have any questions, I can help you guys out. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing your applications. Myself and my colleague Ralph Russo will be reviewing your applications, and if you have any questions, reach out to us, and I look forward to reviewing your application, getting you approved, and more importantly, seeing you in class, because I'll probably be one of your first professors.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Looking forward to meeting you all.
Thank you, guys.